Hello children, we'll see about the types of neurons in this slide. The neurons may be of different types based on their structure and functions. Structurally, the neurons may be of the following types: unipolar, bipolar and multipolar. What is a unipolar neuron? If only one nerve process arises from the cyton, then it is called unipolar. Okay. Suppose if the cyton gives rise to two nerve processes, of which one acts as an axon, another as a dendron, is called a bipolar. And unipolar neurons are seen in the early embryos and not in adults. Okay. But multipolar, I mean the bipolar neurons are present in the retina of the eye and sometimes in the olfactory epithelium of the nasal chambers also. The multipolar neuron where the cyton gives rise to many dendrons and axons. So based on the structure, we have three types, that is unipolar, bipolar and multipolar. And based on the function, we have sensory, motor and association neurons. The sensory neurons are nothing but carry the impulses from the sense organs to the central nervous system. Okay, so that is sensory neuron, this neuron, okay, this sensory neuron. What is the use of this motor neuron? Which carry the impulses from the central nervous system to the effector organ. Okay, and that's called motor or efferent neurons. And association neurons are nothing but conduct impulses between the sensory and motor neurons. It helps for both. That is why it's called association neurons. Okay. And based on the presence of nerve fibers, we have two types, myelinated and non-myelinated. The myelinated is nothing but where the axon is covered with the myelin sheath. If the axons are covered with the myelin sheath, then that neuron is called a myelinated neuron. If the axons are not covered with the myelin sheath, they are called non-myelinated neurons. So, we have seen the types of neurons. Based on structure, we have unipolar, bipolar and multipolar. Based on function, we have sensory, motor and association neurons, and based on the nerve fibers, we have myelinated and non-myelinated. Okay, so these are all the classifications of the neuron, and we'll see about the neurotransmitters. The neurotransmitters plays a vital role in the nervous system. All information from the environment are detected by a receptor located in our sense organs such as eyes, nose and skin. Information from the receptor is transmitted as electric impulse and received by the dendritic tips of the neuron. The flow of nerve impulses from the axonal end of one neuron to the dendrite of the another neuron through a synapse is called synaptic transmission. Neurotransmitters are nothing but the chemicals which allow the transmission of nerve impulse from the axon terminal of one neuron to the dendron of the another neuron or to the effector organ. Okay, that is why as they are transmitting the neuro in the form of chemicals, and that's why they are called as neurotransmitters. Here in this diagram you can see that how from axon to the dendron of the other, how the nerve impulses are transmitted. The important neurotransmitter released by the neuron is acetylcholine. The important one mark questions they will be asking you. So that's all about the types of neurons and the neurotransmitters. Okay, thank you children.